We can dip it.
And it just kind of stayed that way and he got used to it.
His foot?
Got hurt. Yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. He's got a giant abscess busting out. The reason he stands like that is because he's on his toe. His ankle's not deformed. Jess was like, is he deformed?
That's like the only thing I was thinking.
Nope. Come look so that you can see.
I was like,
see right there?
Shit looks weird.
Busted out his whole heel bulb.
Poor guy.
See where Dara just had her.
I bet you he'd love if I beat him
there.
it.
Yep, he sure would. Go back the other direction and get that lip of skin off. Yeah.
What do you want me to get put on it? Anything?
Yep, we're fixing to pack it and wrap it. If you want to get a hoof pick for us, hang on, let me see.
I'm gonna get pretty.
See you guys right here? We need to peel this off. See that right there is what I'm talking about. Yep. If we have a pocket knife, we can cut it. Just cut that flap off so that we can get right up against there so it'll bust easier. I like it. My little pink Swiss Army knife down there is fantastic.
I put it in the cabinet. But I put like everything in the cabinet.
I love somebody's going to be like, they cut a piece of hoof off without a sterilized knife. And I'm like, and how many times did the farrier show up with sterilized utensils, you dumb shit? Nope. Yep. All right. Let's dip it in that bucket. Is that bleach water?
Huh?
Is that bleach water?
It's got bleach in it.
Yeah, just sit the whole foot down in it. And that'll soften up the underneath too, where she can clean it out a little better. Jess is out there. I'm like, Jess, go get a hoof pick, and she's out giving cookies instead. I'm like, Jess, I see you giving cookies. He was staring at me.
Okay, guys, I just learned we have bags to do this.
Yeah, we do.
I'm that dumbass who always got like the big buckets, and I'd be back.
We do have, like, if we have a really bad,
there, yeah.
what sinks? Yeah,
Here
happens.
you go. I'll get it.
I just smell bleach. I don't smell it. I can only smell. I mean, I feel like I have a fire ass nose, but okay.
I'm just sensitive to abscesses.
Pink and green are pretty colors. Those are like frog colors. My mom used to always dress me in pink and green.
Core memories. Jess has core memories. Do we have a soul pack right here somewhere?
Yes, I do. I got
Okay.
everything right there that I need.
I like those jeans.
They're Ariat.
That's what I have on too.
I love them. I probably will never buy nothing else.
I don't. That's what I have
I
on.
wish I could find them where they were
Yeah.
cheaper than
No.
$86.
I buy all of mine from Savannah Sevens. I about 2 times a year I order 10 pair of jeans. I just order 10 pair at a time, and that way they last me 6 months, and then I order 10 more pair.
Are there any gloves in there?
Yes, there is. Yes.
Really don't want my hands smelling like pine tar all day long.
Oh, I love that smell.
I like it too, but it sticks to my hands real bad.
Yeah, it does.
Hey, we need some more soul packs.
We need more soul packs?
That's our last one.
I bet we have some. We just need to find them.
Yeah, I couldn't find none in there.
Where did you find
We
that
had
one?
a big old box.
In there on that shelf.
Are there more, or is that the last one?
It's the last one. We dug to find that one.
Yeah.
There might be some in the office too. There were a bunch, but I know we use them. I mean, I know we use them all the time. Jess is like,
This is my favorite.
Oh, check that mare out there. The 3 mares I told you that were in there that were full of cuckleburs.
Oh,
We
yeah.
just got to clean them up and.
Yeah.
well, we don't even have to knock the cockaburrs out. We just have to. So the story that came with this gelding is he came from the same seller or the same lady that sold the pony. Yeah. And she said that this gelding had been turned out in the pasture for a little over a year, and that this was her daughter's hunter jumper, and he is a national show horse, which is an Arabian saddlebred cross. And she said that he rides English and Western, and that he is youth suitable, broke for anybody, and that her daughter went to college and actually turned this horse out at her boyfriend's parents where she's in college. And she called her mom and was like, oh my God, Spanky is starving to death. I'm bringing him home. And her mom said that when he arrived, they were shocked. And a lot of people will say Oh, yeah, and they just took him to the sell barn. But when you don't need a horse and you don't really have the money, sometimes you think you're doing the best thing for them. Spanky, how old are you? Spanky is roughly, I need to see, he has not grooved. So, sir, he's not grooved at all, but I can't see his cups. Oh, okay, there we go. That's a better representation. Okay. He is 12. He is grooved down, probably 12 to 13 years old, and his cups in the back depict similar. Yeah. And Jess is gonna work on getting all of this brushed out so that his mane still hangs down past his shoulder. We're not gonna cut those dreads. We're gonna work them out. You know, I didn't, like, there's moments that I maybe see a little Arabian in him, but I sure don't see the saddlebred. Maybe he's an Arabian quarter horse.
That shit tasting stuff is on it.
Well, he came from, you know, a great program, so. Hi, Retro. Hi, handsome man. Hi, my baby. Did you know that you have a new home and you're going all the way to Rhode Island? Yeah, you're going to go live in Rhode Island. Yes, you are, my pretty baby. Oh, they're only 1/4 saddlebred. Does he not look like he has some quarter horse in him? Hi, gorgeous boy. I had been calling you pretty mama this whole time, thinking you were a girl and you were a boy. You're a boy. And I've been calling you pretty mama. Yeah. Yeah, did you tell me, ding dong, I have a pee-pee? I love your little pretty eyes. You have the most pretty eyes. I don't care who you are. These freaking buckskins are the freaking most beautiful things in the whole world. Hi, gorgeous baby. Can I put a harness on you and put my little... Can we drive you? Will you let me drive you to the donut shop? Tell Daddy his $17,500 pair is fixing to be Mommy's $17,500 pair that's going to go to the donut shop. Because I just, I can't help it, Jess. Like, I kept calling her pretty mama, telling her how beautiful she was. Because Jacob was like, I bought a pair. I think it's a mare and a gelding. And I never, like, questioned that. My poor husband didn't even know that he bought 2 geldings. So I was like, oh, that one's the gelding. This one's the girl. I just love you, my beautiful baby. Huh, my baby. Yeah, I just need to stay here and I'll drive you. I'd have to sell nukes. What do you think? Can we, here's what I have. Can we pair nukes up with your partner and you stay here with me? Can we do that? Are you being a tookie monster? Are you turning into a tookie monster? Jess, bring the tookies. Bring the tookies. Bring the tookies. Bring the tookies. Jess. Bring the, Dara. Dara's like, God damn it. You want so bad to just... I know that Dara, people the other day was like, Dara is grumpy. And I'm like, no, Dara's not grumpy. Dara puts up with Jess and I all day long. Can you imagine being a mother who has raised her children, and then you have to fuck with Jess and I all day? Listen, we don't even take it personal. Literally, Dara just mothers us. Somebody was like, she is rude and she is grumpy. And I got angry in the comments. I was like, what a horrible thing to say about a stranger, for one. And then they're like, well, I only know what I see on video. And I'm like, yeah. And by the time...
You only know what you see on video.
That's right. Hey, Jess, I noticed on the comments from that Chelsea Dyer girl, or no, not, is that her name, Chelsea Dyer? She wanted an invitation to be invited here to go over the whole property. So what I want to do, since obviously we're busy, we've had no time. first of all, I don't want that bitch on my property because I don't trust her to like poison our horses or something and then blame us. Like, the radical behavior of somebody like that forces me to not trust what they could do allowed on my property.
That's an irrational rule.
But what I will tell you is I'm giving you guys permission. You can both go live from your phone when we're done with this today. I give you both permission to go live, and we can just go from 1 ounce of this place to the other. And if people want to see the dead pile, you guys are more than welcome, because they call it our dead pile.
Yeah.
Go show them.
We can dog pile right now.
We have
Feel
just
pretty
a
dead
pile that
inside.
we can throw them in.
No, but
Because, like, I took the integrity to
Bury
dig a
it.
hole.
no, the reason we can't have a dead pile, that's what they call it. But I mean, we bury them. But I mean, you're welcome to take them back there and show them where they're buried.
What we need to do is go
Take
live one
the
morning when
new
we
hand
start.
together.
We need to go
Yeah.
live one morning when we start.
No, this is what I want people to know is that dead pile they talk about is not a thing here. Now at Gary's, when they offload kill cows and stuff, they do pile the cows that die. I mean, that's just part of having, unfortunate. When you buy cows that are down cows and cancer-eye cows and sick cows, and they do pile them, and then they just take them all at once. But here, we very rarely actually have anything die for as much livestock as we have.
Going to Oklahoma with you when we passed by and there was a trench. I was like, holy shit, there's like 40 dead cows right there.
Yeah, but that was at the edge of a feedlot, and the feedlot had been dumping those cattle off in this trench, and then they push over and bury them. But when we drove by
There was a whole bunch of dead cows. I was like, whoa, I've never seen that.
You know, I was remembering when Jess and I first got here, and you know, we come into that the sick horses, and that hadn't been taken care of like they were supposed to be.
right, because I'd been in the hospital.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we were dealing with messes that somebody else created.
Right.
And we lost the three.
Did we lose? What'd we lose?
We lost the one that they said he
Well-
had to have had internal injuries and that's all. The
I
big
was
black guy.
just thinking about him the other day.
What
The
was his
real
name?
sweet one.
We
I don't
saw
remember what
guys
that.
with him
But I had
in
had.
Village.
But I also had COVID. You have to remember, I was coming off of having COVID.
And then we went out there. We did our.
Oh, but the one mare, we don't know what the hell happened. She was in great condition, and Dr. Hanlon thought that maybe she had a brain aneurysm. You're talking about that mare.
That was just weird. I've still never seen nothing like that.
And then, you know, then this year we had the one and then the donkeys and like people they just don't.
Dara is genuinely scarred over the accusations of the donkeys because you have to remember for Dara, she was the one that was.
I live on the property. I set an alarm if we've got something that's sick like that. I set an alarm. I
Yeah.
get up. I put full dress on.
But I mean, so I deleted my video yesterday because Dara like full on broke out crying over. So Amanda McCoy, obviously, this is what I want to tell you. I'm not mad at Amanda McCoy because she keeps wanting to tell her side of the story. But the problem is that her side of the story is not from somebody that was on this property. So she's just upset that something she owned died, and she wants to place a little blame or have some accusations. But the problem is that Dara was bawling yesterday because she felt like she had done everything she could for the donkeys and we still lost them. And my husband will tell you that's just part of livestock. Like if you own livestock, sometimes you'll own dead stock. And the accusations that, and of course, they feel like accusations. They feel accusatory to Dara. They feel like she's being told that she didn't.
The ones that are accusing wouldn't do a third of what I did.
No, that's, I mean,
It's always easy though for someone who wasn't there in the position to say, well, you could have done more.
yeah, you could have done more, but we really couldn't have. In the moment that they saw they were outwardly sick, and my thing is this is what pissed her off. I said, I think that the lesson I learned from this was they should have been on the vets list from the very beginning. But then after talking to Jacob, he even said, what would having them on the vets list from the beginning have honestly done, Tara, when they didn't appear sick?
Yeah.
Like they didn't appear sick at that point. And I said, yeah, but had they been on the vets list sooner, like, and you know, maybe he would have found like
Something.
like a sound in their lungs or something that we weren't outwardly seeing yet, you know? And Jacob said they weren't halter broke. So,
No.
and they weren't sick. They weren't, hell, Elizabeth had been roping them and riding them and trying to get them halter broke for those people. So Elizabeth had put time into even not ask. Nobody asked her, but Elizabeth, I think, felt like they were little enough that she wasn't going to get hurt, but she could learn. So she was out there practicing her natural horsemanship techniques on the donkeys. She wasn't she? Trying.
She would go out there with her halter, her lunge line, and her little.
So my staff had been practicing their natural horsemanship techniques on these donkeys. But at the end of the day, that's not what got them sick. What happened was the weather snap. And then Jacob said, point blank, that weather snap is what got him. And the vet did not come during that weather snap. Jacob even said the day you called him and told him, hey, these donkeys are sick, he told your staff to give them Exceed. He didn't drive out here. You know, he's never made an emergency call out here. Scott never one time made an emergency call to my facility. Anything that ever went for an emergency, Jess drove in her truck. And that's actually pretty much, she had been driving a mare that had colicked to and from Dr. Thoney's when her motor went out. And that's why I let Jess's motor in her truck went out, and we have allowed her to post a fundraiser to fundraise half of it, because she doesn't have warranty on it and she can't afford to replace it. But unfortunately, Jess's motor went out hauling a horse to emergency colic. So I feel like if anybody, you know, understands, like, and I'm not blaming Scott. He has 5 kids and a family. Like, he's not an emergency vet. So please don't. Here's another thing. I say things like that and somebody will screen record it and be like, Tara was attacking Scott, saying, no, I'm not. We knew when he took the job here that he really didn't want to do emergencies. It's why he no longer helped at Lindell, because when he was part-time up there, he was doing his mobile vet and he was going up there, but he really didn't want the after-hours stuff. I mean, he's past that point. He wants to do sports medicine. And that's actually the conversation him and I had.
Ripped ass.
Right in your face.
He just right
They
above
look
me.
back at you.
Right.
Sorry.
I leaned in too to grab up on his tail.
So I feel like that's the thing. So what I will say about Amanda McCoy is my staff and I are genuinely sorry that you lost donkeys in that cold snap. We did everything on our part, like as far as I called and let you know as soon as they appeared sick, my staff. And another thing is you have to remember that in order to give them medicine, they had to work them in the freezing cold, which got them super sick. Twice.
Twice in a week they had to do that.
They had to work them twice in a week in the fucking freezing cold, and they're sick animals that they're having to run and pin and get very hot in freezing cold weather, and that added to it. And you know, and then they hauled them away from here, and it took Dylan 2 days to get them to Wisconsin because of the weather, and they lost more of them. And now they said that Dylan is to blame and that he should be charged with animal cruelty. And the thing is, at the end of the day,
She said that?
yeah,
Oh, even Leslie hopped in on it.
yeah, that he should be charged with animal cruelty.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, that one doesn't have no business.
Desi has no business saying anything. The amount of cruelty that happened at my facility at her hands is absolutely disgusting.
Whenever she says anything, I just go back to thinking about, like,
When you came to work here,
all of their feet on the ground, if you even did beat them. Like, everything she taught me was like, okay, but don't tell Tara. Or if Tara's here, don't do it like this. And like,
it's why Jess quit. Jess came to work for Desi, not for me. And Jess quit after 4 days. And then after Desi was gone, Jess came back and she told me, this is my dream job. I want to work for you, but I don't want to work for Desi. And Jess is just now really to the point to where I think she kind of wants to talk about it, because at first she didn't really want to say much.
Say shit about it.
Yeah.
Well, me and her talked a little about it. Like,
When you first came here. But I'm telling you that Desi would take the money while I was in the hospital where she was supposed to go buy feed. She pocketed that because the feed store flat told us nobody picked up any grain the entire time Jacob and I were in the hospital, which means nobody went and got feed. And I understand that she didn't have a truck. She only had her little car. And then her car went out. And I kept my fucking Mercedes. I was going to give her my Mercedes. That's why I kept it and didn't.
about her, though.
I did. And so the feed store said, and I said, well, and I finally posted the screenshots in the Wild Tribe After Hours of all the money that I sent her, even paid her mortgage 1 month, caught her up 2 months of her mortgage. And I don't know, I never even made her prove to me that she owed her mortgage. She said, I'm 2 months behind, I need $1,500. And I just gave it to her without any, and I have proof. And at the end of the day, those people celebrate her in there like she's some kind of a hero because she will bash me. But she only bashes me because the truth is that she's the one to blame. Like, the amount of things that happened at this property while I was in the hospital at her hands. And when I got out of the hospital, it was hard for me to remain nice as I started to get a little better and realize how bad things were. Jess said that Desi took her pen to pen and just dumped like 1 bucket of grain out in the pen for all the horses and told her, this is how we do it, but just don't, like if Tara's here, just don't feed until she leaves because we don't want her to see us doing this.
Everything was don't do it this way if she's here. Yeah.
And that's out of Jess's mouth, who's never made a habit of ever lying to anyone. So I just want to know, like, at what point, why are we celebrating her? Why do we have a group based around her accusations? If your cares are about the welfare of the horses, she had one horse on this property she didn't like, and it belonged to Courtney Magnum, whatever. She's from Arizona, and Desi didn't like it. And so Desi's accusations of, oh, well, we put it in a pen and don't feed it. Desi did that. Desi she said that Courtney's horse and one that belonged to another customer of mine, Lisa, it was later brought to my attention. She put those 2 horses in a pen in the back and then just told them, don't bother to feed those. They're leaving soon, so don't feed those. And so when you know that somebody on your staff while you're in the hospital put 2 horses in a pen and said they're leaving soon, so just don't even bother to feed them. And then when I got here, Bill had literally brought hay. There was 3 loads of hay stacked up against the fence that Dara put out. Dara put it out, and it had been here. The Bobcat was here. It was just nobody had bothered to get in the Bobcat and go put the round bells in the pens.
We were up until 2 o'clock that morning putting hay out.
When you came.
2 boys. And then Raymond come down that weekend and helped with a lot of stuff. But me and them 2 boys were up. And this thing was here till like 11 o'clock, and finally I was like, we're just putting hay out.
And somebody told Desi the other day, she keeps saying this about you, why don't you get an attorney and sue her for slander? The reason she can't,
Because it's the truth.
because she knows that when we testify in court under oath that they can pull a polygraph, and it will be Jess having to go for a polygraph, it will be Desi having to go for a polygraph, me going for a polygraph, and at the end of the day, Desi does not get an attorney and sue me for slander or libel, because she knows at the end of the day, we could go to court and fight this out, and the facts would come out in court that she is a fucking lying piece of shit that absolutely starved and neglected my horses while I was in the emergency room, dying. I tried to die. Do you know that so Callie, the paint mare that she has that had the tumor, when Dr. Hanlon gave her that mare, I have the photographs, that mare was fat and looked amazing. And that mare stood in Desi's pasture for months, undoctored, unattended. And the day after she quit here, she started a GoFundMe with like horrific pictures of her because she knew I have no job. I need quick money, begging people to donate to that GoFundMe. And I was appalled because that mare got in that condition. No, because that mare got in that condition at Desi's house. And my hate group can fact check and fact spill and say how bad I am. I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, those people lost my respect, not that they need it, when they started allowing somebody who absolutely starved and neglected. I don't like Courtney, you guys. So when you tell me how fantastic Bo is, I don't give a shit. I don't like Courtney. I think she's a snake in the grass and a terrible person. And the reason I think that is because she even told me, She's the first person that called me and told me that her horse arrived in bad condition and that she really was concerned for the quality of care of the horses. And she's still, knowing that she doesn't like Desi, knowing that she thinks that Desi did starve her horse, and I have multiple people that she's told that to, she's still in that group. And like, for what? I didn't do it. I was so sick. And my staff, I restaffed the moment that I started to realize what was going on.
You posted one day, I responded and was here
The next day. Jess was here at 7 o'clock the next morning.
I didn't even know. I'm just like, hey.
And I actually just came for an interview and worked all day.
Yep. And so at the end of the day,
And she couldn't take 3 steps without huffing and puffing.
I was dying. That was what sucked, is I just knew that the horses were better off with me doing a little bit each day than they were just leaving it to those people. And it took me a minute. Like, it honestly took me a minute to realize how bad it was. But as I started to like the further I got away from my home, the more I realized the further back I got on this property, the worse it was. And that happened, I mean, it was just over 3 weeks in the middle of summer, in the hottest time of the year here, and probably almost 4 weeks because I had been sick for a week before I went in the hospital and couldn't come out of the house.
It's braided just enough to keep it off the ground. His tail is so big. Buddy, stop. Every time I pick it up, he lets some air out.
Well, don't pick it up.
I know. We need to duct tape it. It'd be like the California just trying to put fart bags on the house.
on her nest, huh? Yeah. He is loving this.
He is loving it.
Does he want to be beautiful at the end?
He says, well, I already am beautiful.
You want to be beautiful at
He wants. It was hot as hell. She put 3 studs on the walker. I walked outside and told her, Desi, you and I are going to have to sit down and have a talk, and why is Joe not here? And she said, well, Joe is not working today. She only came to bring me her truck. And I said, okay, why is she not working today? We are super short staffed. Like, she said, well, she has some things to take care of or something. And I said, well, that's not going to work for me. So you need to get Joe on the phone and you need to get her here today, because we need to sit down and we're all going to talk about this, because from this point forward, a lot is changing. And she turned around and she said, no. And I said, okay, here's the deal. Either you're going to call her or I'm going to call her. And regardless of who calls her, we are sitting down and we are fixing to address this property. Look at this property. And you know what? She turned around and she said, you ungrateful fucking bitch, right in my face. And I said, ungrateful fucking bitch. I didn't ask you for a favor. I've been paying you $750 a week to do more than your job because I felt so bad I wasn't here. You've been making a salary and a half because we're short-staffed, and I left you with this entire property. I said, I'm not an ungrateful fucking bitch. This was not a favor. I didn't ask you. I've been paying you to do this, and I'm not ungrateful because I'm pissed that you have not done your job and my horses on my property look like shit. And she said, I'm leaving and I won't be back today. And I said, don't ever fucking come back here. Ever. So, good fucking bye. Don't let the gate hit you in the ass on the way out. Fuck you, bitch. Don't come back. And that is exactly how the last conversation I had with Desi went. And she did say, I won't be back today. Well, I don't give a fuck. Don't ever come back. And then to have a group of people that celebrate her. Like, that I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got, like, if you don't like me, fine. Just like Ann Rudd. Ann Rudd's whole problem with me was that her horses arrived so sunburned. And you know how I know that they really did and that Desi was to blame? Because Desi did this video, this big, facade video of Ann's horses having to pin and doctor them. And she's like, I'm just showing you. You know why she did that video? Because she hadn't been doing it. She wasn't going to continue to do it. And she wanted some kind of video proof that she did it. But she only did it once.
You know what's bad is in the hot summertime, we take the UV protectant with us when we do our morning feed and when we do our
Evening feed.
checks.
That's right. And the thing is at the end of the day, We can only learn and get better.
Is it Humphrey?
Humphrey.
Humphrey. He needed a sunblock every freaking day.
Every day.
Humphrey?
Yes, I remember Humphrey.
Asshole.
Asshole and Humphrey, yes. That's funny that we had a horse named Asshole. That's really what we called him, too.
I liked
He
him.
was great. But
Just because I liked him. Just, it's because that's why they're assholes to you. They know that you're still going to like them.
be like, she won't like me, but she will bring me cookies.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, my husband said it best. He said that group is a group of losers. He said people that cannot win at life need to sit around and they need some attention and they need people to feel sorry for each other. Desi has no room to talk. And the moment that she stops posting in there, acting like she knows some big secret when we all know what an animal abusing, lazy, fat piece of shit she is, that stinks and grows more chin hair than my husband, that's when I will stop talking about her. You don't want to be talked about on my page? Then fucking stop posting in there because you're a liar. You are a liar, Desi.
Look at that.
It is beautiful. Look how long it is. Holy smokes, you guys.
He's got a good 2.5, 3 foot mane.
Yes. Yes, sir. We will braid this and we will get this.
It was braided and that's how it got in this position.
Is that what those are, is braids? Get the WD-40.
Don't pull it out.
We're going to WD-40 it.
Okay.
Sometimes you can get it to slide. This one won't slide. This one's gooed in. Like gooed in.
I hate the smell of WD-40.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't. I don't hate it at all. Here, this side.
It makes me like nauseous.
Is that why it has the extra long nozzle to get it away from your face?
I stay far from the WD-40. I'm always like laying there.
When do y'all spray this?
It'll be after I've done everything else so I can walk
Here,
away.
will you just, I'll hold the hair and you just ease the tag off. Pull. Pull! Quit being scared of WD-40. It's not going to take your birthday. Keep pulling. I got the hair. Keep pulling. I got the hair. All right. Oh. All right, let me see that brush. And that's no more hair than we lost in that. And I probably, if I would have had both hands, wouldn't have lost that much. And then we'll just ease the glue out. Here, will you hold this? Oh yeah, the glue came right out. Perfect. Perfect. The glue, if you kind of don't get it out, I feel like, because I tried to leave the glue. You know what I mean? I've tried to leave the glue before, and it's almost worse because it's like it dries the hair out. Well, it dries the hair out and then breaks it. And it'll break off right where the glue was. So it's better to go ahead and ease the glue out so that it doesn't kill the hair underneath the glue.
To the salon. Yes.
We should have taken photos!
Oh,
Well, you
no.
got it on live video.
Yeah, but they don't save in HD. Oh. I know that Jess is like dying for us to get the fuck out of her way. She's like the queen of this, Dara. More than me or you, I promise. She is like the freaking...
I just love getting the dreads out.
I know you do.
It's like satisfying.
Do you brush them sideways like that?
Yeah, sometimes.
Brush them sideways,
Yeah.
like side to side?
Like pull them all out and then
Yeah.
sideways. Just
I don't
never
know
up.
if you guys can see that as I brush this dread sideways, the hair is just falling out of the dread. I feel like we could teach a clinic on how
We
to do
could,
this.
yes.
Because I feel like people will be like, it took me hours, and I'm like, we can do that in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I've done some tails that would make you fucking throw up in 20 minutes. But I think that people just don't know that you have to work them side to side.
Yeah.
You got to work it side to side.
It looks so good.
Are you wanting in here? Are you wanting me to get out of the way?
Oh, it's fine. Either way, it's satisfying watching too.
Jess is like my internal Everything
It's
is
like,
loving this.
He's got like dirties in there.
I know. A lot of times when we don't have time to do them, we leave them so that the next owner can. But I just feel like his hair is so...
He's too pretty to leave him any longer.
Yes, he's too pretty for that. Only you would think that would be your thought.
Yeah, well, he's like, look, I'm a pretty boy. Someone didn't tell me I was pretty enough, so I need this. He is loving it, though. Like, he's so happy. He's falling asleep on us.
I know. We're out. We're done. So when you brush sideways like that, you still lose hair, but this was dead hair that unfortunately, like, I used to say lost circulation. It's actually lost circulation, but it's like
pulled too tight for too long.
Pulled too tight for too long, and it snapped within the dread. So if you brush sideways, you can pull all the live hair, and those are not proper terminology. That's literally dumbass terminology, but you can pull all the hair that's still alive out if you brush side to side, and then all the dead hair just falls out the bottom. Oh my God, look at him. You can tell, like, in this moment, look, he feels so fucking good. He is like...
Yeah. I'm not sure what kind of brushes these are.
Done. You guys, have we ever
Someone
done
sent us a
video
package
before?
of a bunch.
Oh yeah, they're the best.
Yeah.
They are the best. They do pull hair. Made in Vietnam. I don't know.
Yeah, this is all we got of them.
I'm going to say Lisa or Misty or somebody will post on here. That they came
Yes,
from.
if you sent us these brushes, please comment where you got them.
Because I remember it said this is a gift for you, but there wasn't a name when I opened it.
Yes, I think we still have the rest in the package there, but there's no label on the package.
So we have a...
Oh, yes. It is so pretty.
Yes.
Yes.
We will...
What a beautiful boy.
We should have
How
done that.
long that is.
You guys, have we ever done a video before on how you get cell tags and dreads out, or no? We probably should just do a video dedicated to that to teach people, because I don't think people know. I
Yeah.
think I take for granted that you just know how to do it. There you go.
Yes, he does have highlights. Yeah.
Is he a low life living the high life?
Yeah.
All right. For those of you who don't know, I'm a braiding queen. So while we're doing this, I guess I'll turn this into a little bit of a lesson for you guys. For those of you, give me your hand for me in case I need them. For those of you who don't know, when you do braid a horse's mane, you never want a section longer than from here to here. So I understand that sometimes that will give you little bitty tiny braids. You would rather have tons of tiny braids than big fat braids, because what happens, and a lot of people don't know this, is if you constantly braid your horse's mane in big thick braids and they eat off the ground and they pull those braids, it actually decreases the hair growth because the hair follicle is always under tension. So if you're going to braid your horse's mane, you want to do the tiniest braids possible. And the reason for that is so that when they go to graze off the ground and lower their head, you're not putting any tension or stress on the hair follicle, and that way the hair will not stop growing. Because if you literally do big braids and they stretch out and it pulls tension, it puts too much stress on the hair follicle and it slows down the hair growth. So you want to do tip of your thumb to knuckle are the farthest you want your braids to be. And I always do it like this and just scoop it with my thumb. So little braids versus big braids.
His highlights are natural, right? I'm pretty sure they're
Maybe
natural.
It's Maybelline. Remember the maybe it's Maybelline?
Yes.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's makeup. Maybe it's Tresemme.
Oh my gosh.
And I will tell you that the further I go back, the further down I'll braid. And I prefer electric tape to bands, but that's here or there right now.
Missed
What
it.
was that?
A brush. I tried to make in that bucket.
Oh, I thought Colton threw something from outside. I was like, is he over this? Did he just quit?
Throw some shit at me. You're like, is this normal?
Do you live with this every day?
I turned around and grabbed something bigger and throw it right back. Yeah.
Jess and I are the abusers of it. Jacob and Colton need to be
in like the witness protection
I feel like they let us believe that like we wear the pants, but then like in all reality, when it comes down to the big decisions, yeah.
I mean, Daddy wears his pants.
I feel like I do when I show up at home with new animals on a weekly basis.
Colton, he just tries so hard.
He literally will just open the door, look out the window at me, and I just see him sighing through the house.
Oh man, this is gonna take all day. That we can get the knocked out in 20 minutes. It takes an hour to braid.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
So would you recommend mane addiction for a horse's mane that constantly tangles?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll show him.
Mane addiction. Listen, not only mane addiction, but if your horse's mane constantly tangles, you want to do these tiny braids like this.
You want to do tinier braids like this, braid
So you
it
don't
all
even
the
have to
way,
go-
braid it as far down as you can, and put electrical tape. And your braids will
Yes.
last 7 days.
This stuff right here, it's from CEP. It's amazing. It is our favorite, hands down.
I've gotten cell tags out with it.
Yeah,
I didn't have any WD-40 in the other barn the other day.
I normally do. I normally do because I hate the WD-40.
Yeah, I just doused the back of that.
Yeah.
And I just held the hair and pulled the
The
braid out.
showstopper makes it so slick you can like brush it off.
I bet the showstopper would.
Yeah.
I've never used the showstopper to pull tags, but
Oh, it takes like one tiny mist and it's good. I would hate the smell of WD-40. I hate
this
it.
should be the horse trader's diary. Like this is
Yeah.
actually the horse trader's diary. Let's bash my previous staff because I'm in a horrible mood today and I'm tired of them talking shit when they have no reason. They have no right to talk bad. That's what's bothering
Yes.
me. Is the screenshots that I'm sent of people. Like, it's one thing if you don't like me and you've never worked here. Like, we don't care because we know that you never
You have no place to say anything.
you've never been here, so you don't know. I mean, you're just acting off of emotion. But for somebody like her to
Chelsea.
say- yeah. But you know what? Those things did happen. And I'm the first one that admitted them. And I sat down and said, I've had to restaff. And things have happened at my property that I'm not okay with while I was sick.
Yeah.
And I'm having to completely restaff because of it.
Yeah.
And
No, that happens.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's still embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's the number one most
It's a rough
embarrassing thing that's
patch.
ever happened to me. And the reason I'm embarrassed is because I've always preached about quality of care. I mean, it makes
Yeah.
me look like a hypocrite.
Yeah,
It
seriously.
makes me look like a piece of shit hypocrite to have that kind of. And I would have never thought in a million years that Desi was capable of those things. It's why when
Yeah.
I was so sick, I just blindly trusted her and never thought twice about it. So. And I want to take responsibility for it because truthfully, it did happen on my property and truthfully, it was really bad. But at the end of the day, when you're that sick and you're paying somebody $750 a week to manage your facility for you because you can't get out of bed, you know, who do we actually blame?
Yeah.
And the hate group will say you're to blame because it's your property and you're responsible. But I couldn't even take care of my child. I mean, I had to send my child off at that point because there's no way I mean, I was in the
Yeah, literally. You're like, I was trying to be alive.
Yeah. And that's what I don't like. Like, they have so much compassion and empathy.
We say that with the...
Yeah. But then showed me zero compassion, zero empathy, and zero understanding.
Well, they don't either, though. Whenever anyone in their group who will post something disagreeing with them are like, well, guys, sorry, but this is actually true. Oh, they hate them. They hate them.
I get a screenshot of where somebody else in their group has anarchy. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
I've been in here, and I've had enough. And you know what really makes me know they're losers? Kendra is now in there. The one...
The freaking, yeah.
the horse lady.
I've seen her, and she said something, and I read it, and I was like, what the hell? That's the opposite of how that happened. But you wouldn't have even known.
And what bothers me about Kendra being in there, we're talking about Kendra from Border Horse Rescue. I think
The blonde
that
lady
she
with the duck
thinks-
lips.
I think that she thinks those people will, like, support her cause.
Yeah.
But, like, they couldn't even support each other and help the GoFundMe for their own member that needed glasses. Like, you think any of those people have any money or going to help you? Like, come
Yeah.
on. Just wait until you piss them off or do something on your rescue page they don't agree with. You'll be the next victim of their... Seriously.
Yeah, no, that's facts, because that's how they are. They just want someone who agrees with their agenda, that's all.
if you don't agree with their agenda. And they keep saying we're not a hate group, and we're like, no, we know you're not a hate group. You're a group of losers. My
Yeah.
husband's like, you're not a hate group. You're a group of losers. But I feel like this one's almost borderline too thick.
The Carol Baskins. Yes.
Yeah.
That's facts. That song comes to my head. They like killed her husband. What is it? Yeah.
I need another rubber band.
It's like pull my finger.
That's what he said.
I promise I won't rip ass though. I'm not him. Oh, he's in here some for you.
I know. It was a gift. I should have probably braided him further down, but I just want to braid him enough. We're gonna put him in a stall because of his foot. So
Yeah.
we're gonna
We put him
in a
right by the
stall
gray.
because of his foot.
I need to rewrap that gray skin today. He got his dirty yesterday.
Yeah.
He's been so good about it.
He's going to Rhode Island. Well, she wrote him.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I was like, it was new that morning.
I'm gonna need another. Do you have any more? Do you have some?
Yeah. Buckwheat. I didn't see him ride, so
Oh my gosh.
when he came back up, it was like, I seen you guys named him Bucky. I was like, oh my God, Dara. And she was like, he was a dream. I was like, oh, all right.
You thought he got girl?
Yeah, because I was like, well, his name's Bucky.
He's like fantastic. Probably the best horse on the place.
That's what she said.
She was scared to get on him.
Yeah, no, she said she would die to have a horse like that, though.
She was like, he just has so much like his presence, you know, like he's so like commanding. She was like, he's intimidating, and I was like, most Spanish horses are.
Yeah, he's
Just
freaking
like Retro,
beautiful,
like, when he
though.
comes to the gate, it's like-
Rio Retro's intimidating because he's like a freaking giant. Fell down from the beanstalk. Yeah.
That's what came to your brain?
Yes.
We should have named him Beanstalk Jim or something.
Yeah. I mean, that's how he looks to me. He's
I
just
named him
big
Farmer
boy.
Jim, and people have been like, why did you name him Farmer Jim? And I'm like, well, because
He fell down
froze
from the beanstalk.
He's the giant that fell down, and they would be like, they would not even know where to begin.
Yeah. That's just, yeah, that's,
Poor Retro. I'm going to call him Beanstalk Jim from now on. Farmer Jim.
yeah.
Or Farmer Bob.
Farmer Bob.
Farmer Bob.
That's what you get when you climb up the beanstalk. Just Retro looking at ya.
Literally.
Big
That
boy.
one day, the lights were not on in here. Dara. The lights were not on in here, and I walked up to his stall, and there was just enough, like, sunset. And he, like, walked over, and it got, like, dark, and I was like,
Yeah.
why do I feel like this is what hell is going to feel like?
Oh no.
Since the haters say that's where I'm going to go constantly, and I'm like, God, that's another thing, like, God, as far as religion goes, like, I have a great relationship with God, a very good spiritual journey, and at what point do we use religion and God as a weapon? Like,
Yeah.
when did that start? Like, when did that become acceptable to tell people that like, God, had, like, you have a superior relationship with Him? Instead of, like,
No, that's what turns people away from religions too. So what's it frustrating?
I hate that. Like,
Yeah.
do not tell me I'm going to hell because you don't like me. Like that. Like,
I think I'm out.
oh shit. Okay.
Oh wait. Found one.
Uno Moss.
Let me see if I have no more.
Right here is where his mane is the thinnest, where it's the longest.
Okay.
So you just need to really baby it.
This is the last one, yes, in my pocket.
That's probably all we really need to braid. From there back, it's not tangling. So.
Someone said, "Why do you braid half down?" Because we got like 7 horses to ride.
Yeah. I just don't want it to continue to tangle. I am gonna need one more. I just don't want it to continue to tangle, and I want us to be able to condition it so that we can preserve the integrity of the link. But we need to get this up here growing out. So we're actually going to put him on Biomane.
Yes.
So we'll put him on Biomane starting with his supper. He'll be on Biomane and Vitality Plus. And that combination will also start to strengthen his hair and that way whoever buys him can just order those products. And I normally would braid further down, but we're going to try to condition. I can need one more dress.
Okay. I'm gonna get my totes out and start folding the blankets.
Yeah, we'll do that. So we're going to condition these, and this will leave them exposed, and we'll do like a deep conditioner on them. And then we will pop all these bands, and we will braid it all the way down. And when we braid it all the way down, we'll use electrical tape instead of rubber bands. So since it's a job that's going to have to be redone in 48 hours, there's just no point in going all the way down. Because I could have gone all the way down and then just saturated the ends in conditioner, but it doesn't matter at this point.
I feel like at this point we're just trying to get that growth out instead of making it look more pretty.
This is what I do, so when we have horses in that are going to catalog that, like both Rodeo Barbie and Apache and, not Apache, Seminole and Rooster, we do this with them. We braid tiny, we deep condition, we start Biomane and Vitality Plus, and these are things that just put a lot of shine. I'm just going to treat it like we were sales prepping him. We're really not. I mean, clearly he's not. It would take way too long to get him in the condition to go somewhere, but what we are going to do is try to preserve the integrity of this hair. Now then, we're going to get the Megatech Rebuilder and saturate the ends. Where is it at? It's in there. Is there one right here or no? There it is, in the pink and black. The Equus Microtech. Up. Yep. Yep. Is that the shampoo or the conditioner?
Shampoo.
Okay, I got it. I got it. Oh, that's the detangler. We had a Megatech Rebuilder. Where the hell did it go? I may have to run to Detangler and Shine. Snuff, Magic Detangler. Where's the conditioner? I have all the Shine and Detangler. I think on accident they've been using Shum. You guys, just so you know, we are down to half a gallon of gut check. We have 1 gallon that we opened last night and refilled everything. These boxes are empty, but we need to replace. These are the empty ones. We need to just go ahead and take these boxes out and throw them away and empty those boxes, the 3 right there. But let's just put them all in a drawer and throw these, the empties.
Oh, of 16? Yes.
Yes, the empty boxes need to go, and then we can just take the contents of them and.
I have trouble with keeping
What is this?
nice square boxes. Did I come out of the office?
Yeah.
Hey, we need a whiteboard to keep Tyler's
Yeah.
list on. That would be great.
Okay, now what am I looking for?
The main stuffs I have all up here.
I did notice the other day though that
We got a bunch more hoof stuff that I need to put in here. Oh my gosh, it comes with its own little eraser.
I love that. Okay, so there was and I don't know, not that it maximum strength for horses with skin problems.
Was it the one in the office?
Probably, and I don't want to walk down there.
I think I brought it over here yesterday.
Hang on. We probably have.
No, I did not.
That's all right. I just need conditioner versus detangler.
That conditioner.
No, that's still a spray conditioner. Let's see. I want to put this shelf right here in that back office, and I want to clean all this right here out too.
Okay.
That's something we can probably do. Skin and coat. I know there's some in the office.
It's gotta be still in there. I got everything packed and blocked.
What's in here?
Waiting to come over. Oh, those are what I set from the tack room in here.
Okay, open this one. And open this one. I feel like I'm glad that we just ordered conditioner because apparently we have none. Here's one.
It looks like.
Okay.
There's a label of them.
Yeah, that's fine. Here.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to hide those because
Yes.
crackheads steal them.
Yes.
Anytime we have.
Important meds.
Okay, so just so you guys know, this says deep conditioning. For manes
Oh
and
yes,
tails.
I love that stuff. The Equifuse stuff.
I love that.
Theirs is some of my favorite. So is Equus though.
I know. The only thing is, the only place I can find the Equifuse is through Snyder's, and a lot of it was on back order, and it said it would be back.
Yeah.
So maybe the March order will switch from one brand. Like, we'll alternate.
I'd never seen it until here, but that shit is amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Their laser sheen, we put that in with the baths whenever we were bathing them all. That's some shit right there.
All right.
Part boy. We need another one with like a beautiful, thick, blonde mane. Pepperoni just didn't like his mane bleaching.
Pepper's mane will not
Yeah, we need one that's not
Okay.
going to go roll in the red dirt right after.
All right, you guys, we're fixing to finish riding. We've got 2 more to ride right here. Dara's on one, makes 3. He's going to go in a stall. We do not like mane and tail products. Thank you. Yeah, I told Dara where they were just in case we get anything, because it's always on back order in the spring. So I stocked up in case we get anything with problems. Just open it. We, when we were team sorting, we went back on the little deer cam thing that I have set up down there. And yeah, that's where all the packages went. 14 packages we counted.
I have little walls that go onto the back of my Crocs.
Now you have Spurs. I refuse to wear them. Does Dara have Crocs?
I love Crocs.
I do not love
I
Crocs.
don't know.
That mane is fire.
Girl out here with her muck boots.
I know. I'm gonna video that horse. If you want to saddle the mule, we're not gonna obviously ride him hard. Let's just see